Alright, you lot. Buckle up, cause it's time for another Scotty, when I take your questions and give you a straight answer, with a bit of Yorkshire charm and usual dose of brutal honesty. This week we're diving into some absolute belters, from greatest song ever made to ultimate dream holiday if money were no issue. Before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe and all that bollocks. It helps the channel grow. And more importantly, keeps me ranting every week. Now let's get into it. First up, Dronnet coming in with a proper thought-provoking one. If you purchase a skin or weapon from online store, are you gambling that your next game you'll win cause of that purchase? This has to be illegal in most countries. Mate, short answer, no. But also, yeah. Let me explain. If we're talking about pure cosmetics, like shiny new gun skin in Call of Duty or fancy outfit in Fortnite, then no, there's no direct competitive advantage. Just digital drip. And only thing it affects is how much you regret your life choices after seeing your bank statement. But if we're talking about pay-to-win mechanics, where a purchased weapon or perk gives you an actual advantage, then yeah, that's bordering on predatory design. At that point, you're not just playing game, you're buying a better chance to win. And that's exactly why certain governments have cracked down on loot boxes, because they're a disguised form of gambling, especially for kids. Now, is buying a skin psychologically gambling on winning? Absolutely. Devs know exactly what they're doing. They push premium skins with sleek designs, clean iron sights, or even placebo pro player appeal, making you feel like you're better with them, even if stats are the same. And guess what? It works. You feel more confident, you play better. Suddenly, that overpriced weapon skin feels worth it. And as for legality, it varies. Some countries have cracked down hard. Belgium outright banned loot boxes, while others, like UK, are still faffing about deciding whether psychological gambling counts as actual gambling. Spoiler, it does. They just don't want to touch it cause gaming makes them too much tax money. So are you technically gambling when you buy a skin? No. But are you mentally tricked into thinking you're improving? Yeah. And that's exactly why publishers will never stop doing it. Cheers for question, Dronnet. Now, what do you lot think? Should premium skins and loot boxes be classified as gambling? Or is it just harmless cosmetic fun? Drop a comment below and let's debate. Our mate Salty Junior 42 was sent me hurtling back to the time when gaming ambition actually meant something. Do you remember or did you play M.A.G on PS3? Massive action gaming with crazy 256 player maps. Wish they'd bring that one back to life. Mate, yes. I remember it vividly. In fact, when I saw your comment, I had to physically restrain myself from smashing out an essay-length reply foaming at mouth about one of the most criminally underrated FPS games ever made. For those who weren't there, or were too busy playing Call of Duty and missing out, M.A.G, or Massive Action Game, were a 256-player online military shooter that dared to think big. And I mean big. Something that modern developers seem allergic to these days. 3 factions. Massive maps, squad-based objectives, an actual chain of command mechanics where leaders could give real-time orders. It was the closest thing to a full-scale war that console gaming had ever seen. And let's be real, it was a technical marvel. It ran on bloody PS3, console that had hardware stability or a house of cards in a wind tunnel, and yet it somehow managed 256 players in a single match. Meanwhile, today's devs struggle to make a 100-player battle royale without half its servers catching fire. So yeah, should they bring it back? Absolutely. With modern hardware and netcode, M.A.G could finally shine where it were meant to. But will they? Of course not. Because today's gaming industry is obsessed with battle passes, skins, nickel and diamond players instead of delivering ambitious experiences. A game like M.A.G wouldn't fit the monetization model. And that's real tragedy, innit? We finally have tech to do it justice, but not willpower. Cheers for questions, Salty, and for unlocking a core memory I didn't know I needed. What about the rest of you? Did you play M.A.G back in day? Drop a comment below. Let's relive glory days before corporate greed suffocated creative ambition. Now here we go with your boy Ricky123 hitting me with classic Genie grants you 3 wishes scenario. Love it. Alright, let's not overcomplicate things. If I had to pick 3, I'd go with first, health. Because let's be honest, without it, everything else is useless. Imagine getting £1 billion only to be too knackered to spend it. Nah, thanks. Second, happiness. Cause money, fame and power don't mean a damn thing if you're miserable. Just look at half of Hollywood. Third, a long life. But only if it's a good one. None of this immortal but suffering nonsense. I'm not about to become some ancient cranky husk, shaking my fist at youth of 3024. But let's be real, wishing for infinite money is loophole, innit? Because with enough cash, you can buy health, fake happiness, and extend your lifespan. That's how ultra rich do it. So maybe I should just be a proper capitalist and wish for Jeff Bezos' bank account. Anyway, cheers for the question, Ricky. Now it's over to you lot. What are your 3 wishes? Drop them in comments. Let's see who's got most unhinged, diabolical or outright genius ideas. Now we got a proper thinking man's question from Ages444 today. Recently I found out about Dune Awakening and it looks fun. I want to try it out, but Joe didn't exactly care much when I seen trailers for it. So would I need to watch series to fully enjoy the game? Great question, mate. Let's break it down. Short answer, nah, you don't need to watch Dune to play Dune Awakening, but you might enjoy it more if you do. Long answer, well, Dune as a franchise isn't exactly known for being casual viewer friendly. Lore's deep, like ocean trench deep. We're talking Game of Thrones level politics, mixed with desert-dwelling, drug-fueled, prophecy-ridden space cults. It's brilliant, but also a bit much if you're just here for a good time. That said, Dune Awakening is a survival MMO, not a direct adaptation of films or books. So as long as you like crafting, base building and fighting over resources on a massive sand-covered battlefield, you'll probably have fun, even if you don't know your Arcanons from your Atreides. However, if you're the type that likes to actually know why you're fighting over this giant desert planet, watching David Lynch's 1984 classic Dune, or Dune Part 1 from 2021 if you prefer, would at least give you bare minimum context on what hell is going on. So here's the real question. Are you just in it for gameplay, or do you want to immerse yourself in lore? If it's former, jump in blind and learn as you go. If it's latter, grab some popcorn and brace yourself for some of the most visually stunning, slow burn sci-fi you'll ever see. Either way, cheers for the question, Ages. Now I'm curious, are you lot excited for Dune Awakening? Or does it look like just another survival cash grab? Drop a comment below. Next we got Pyro Friendly Arsonist 9195 back at it again with a double barrel question. First, thoughts on Black Myth Wukong, and second, do I trust reliable game journalists like Tom Henderson? Let's start with Black Myth Wukong. I ain't played it, because as most of you know, I don't buy games anymore. Not because I'm tight, alright, well, maybe a little, but because I refuse to spend 60 plus quid on a game when it'll probably show up on Game Pass, Epic's freebie rotation, or Prime Gaming at some point. And when that happens, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Because from what I've seen, it looks solid, like a proper Souls-like meets Chinese mythology, which is refreshing, because I'm sick to death of medieval knights and dragons. If combat actually lives up to its flashy trailers and don't pull an Atlas Fallen, like to disappointment speedrun, then it could be one of the best action RPGs in years. But we'll see, because I don't trust trailers anymore. Now on to a more fun question. Do I trust game journalists? Nope, absolutely not. Back in the day, game journalism used to be about actual reviews, previews, and insider knowledge. Now, it's a mix of corporate fluff pieces, paid promotions disguised as journalism, and hard-to-touch hot techs. Every major gaming site is either pushing some agenda, hyping up mediocrity, or screaming about why a game is problematic instead of just telling us if it's good or not. Tom Henderson? He's better than most, because he actually leaks real info instead of just spouting PR nonsense. But do I take everything he says as gospel? Nah, because even best insiders get things wrong or push what publishers want them to say. At the end of the day, I trust actual gamers more than journalists. You lot in comments, forums and discords, you're ones playing games we are to paycheck influencing your opinion. So yeah, cheers for the question, Pyro. But now I want to hear from you lot. What's your thoughts on Black Myth Wukong? Do you still trust gaming journalists, or are they just glorified ad agencies at this point? Drop a comment below, and let's have it. Right then, Connor Phelan 9825. You've gone and done it. You've hit me with a question that has my brain doing somersaults. Purely out of interest, what would you say is greatest song ever made? Mate, how do you even pick just one? Music's got this weird power. Song can slap you with nostalgia, give you chills, or make you feel things you didn't even know you had feelings for. There's no single answer that does it justice. But since you asked, I'll throw a few into the ring. First up, Stairway to Heaven. Now, if what Led Zeppelin fanatics start forming at mouth, yeah, it's a classic. But, and here's where I probably lose half of you, I actually prefer version by Fire Corporation. Yeah, I know, sacrilege. But I like what I like, and if that ruffles some feathers, well, tough. Then there's Stay, original by Shakespeare's Sister, which is already a banger, but then Ghost featuring Patrick Wilson came in and made it hauntingly brilliant. Seriously, give it a listen if you haven't. And of course Zombie by Cranberries. One of those songs that just hits different every single time. Raw, powerful, straight to gut. Then there's a deep cut, Prime Jive by Queen. Most people think Freddie Mercury equals Queen's best vocals. And yeah, he was untouchable. But listen, Roger Tyler takes lead, and it's phenomenal. If I had to pick one song that stands above rest, Spanish Train by Christy Berg. I know, Christy Berg. Bloke everyone knows for Lady in Red. But let me tell you, Spanish Train is on a whole other level. It's more than a song, it's a story about a railwayman on his deathbed, witnessing God and devil playing poker for souls, including his. It's got atmosphere, it's got drama, it's got lyrics that make you stop and actually listen. Christy Berg had a knack for storytelling in his music, and it's been etched in my brain since I was a kid. No matter how many songs I fall in love with, that one always holds top spot. Yeah, cheers for the question, Connor. You sent me spiralling down a musical nostalgia trip. Now over to you lot. What's the greatest song ever made? Drop it in comments. Let's see how varied or unhinged your taste in music is. Now, fucking hell, hitting me with big un. Hey Scotty, it's time to book your summer holiday, with no expense spare. Where are you going and why? Mate, I've tackled a similar question before. Back then I said moon, because let's be honest, if you're dreaming big, why stop at Earth? But this time I'm going to give a proper grounded answer. I'd go to Khao Ping Kan. Now if you hadn't heard of it, you're in for a treat. Tucked away in Thailand's Phang Nga Bay, this place is straight up paradise. Picture it, towering limestone cliffs rising from emerald green waters, dense jungles hugging coastline, an atmosphere so peaceful it feels like time itself slows down. No overcrowded resort, no screeching tourists fighting over sunbeds, just pure natural beauty. Kind of place where you wake up to the sound of waves lapping against rock, not some bloke trying to sell you overpriced cocktails by the pool. And water? Crystal clear. Kind of green that looks like someone cranked saturation up to max. Perfect for kayaking, exploring hidden caves, or just floating there and letting the world fade away. Then there's seclusion, which, let's be real, is half the appeal. No traffic noise, no blaring music from some tacky beach bar, just you, nature, and occasional rustle of trees. A place to actually switch off from absolute chaos that is modern life. So yeah, if I had no budget limits and could go anywhere, I wouldn't be chasing big cities or luxury resorts. I'd be off to Khao Ping Kan to just breathe, relax, and exist in a place that still feels untouched by all nonsense of modern world. Cheers for the question, Firkinel. Now I'm curious, if you could go anywhere, money no object, where would you book your dream holiday? Drop it in comments below. And that's a wrap for this week, says Scotty. Cheers to everyone who dropped a question. You lot never fail to keep me on my toes. Remember, drop your thoughts in comments. What's your pick but greatest song ever? A gaming journalist actually worth trusting? Where would you go if money were no object? I want to hear it all. And if you want to keep chat going, join Discord. Follow me over on X. Or if you really want to support channel, check out membership. All links are in the description. Smash that like button, hit subscribe and leave your questions below. Might just feature them in a future video. And I'll see you next time, you magnificent.